In a world saturated with logos and conspicuous branding, 7 luxury houses have mastered something far more difficult and valuable: the ability to create desire through whispered excellence rather than shouted status, crafting garments and accessories so refined that only those educated in quality can recognize their extraordinary worth. These are the brands that define silent elegance, and understanding their philosophies reveals the future of true luxury in an era where the wealthiest consumers increasingly reject obvious displays in favor of understated perfection. The concept of silent elegance represents luxury's highest evolution, where craftsmanship speaks louder than logos, where insider knowledge replaces visible branding, and where confidence eliminates the need for external validation. These 7 brands have built empires worth billions by refusing to compromise on quality, rejecting trend-driven design, and serving customers who understand that true luxury requires no announcement. Each house approaches silent elegance differently, yet all share unwavering commitment to exceptional materials, timeless design, and the kind of subtle sophistication that separates generational wealth from new money. Loro Piana stands as perhaps the purest embodiment of silent elegance in the luxury world today. Founded in 1824 in the Italian Alps, this family business spent nearly 2 centuries perfecting textile production before even considering finished garments. Their expertise in sourcing the world's finest natural fibers remains unmatched. They control the entire supply chain for vicuña, the rarest and most expensive fiber in the world, harvested from wild animals in the Peruvian Andes only once every 2 years. A vicuña coat can cost $50,000, yet it carries only the smallest interior label. No logos, no obvious branding, just extraordinary softness and warmth that those who know recognize immediately. The genius of Loro Piana lies in their refusal to rush. A cashmere sweater passes through 47 production steps, each monitored for perfection. Their fabric selection process involves sending scouts to Mongolia, Australia, and New Zealand to personally inspect fiber quality before purchasing. This vertical integration ensures consistent excellence, but also allows them to charge premium prices that reflect genuine scarcity rather than manufactured exclusivity. A simple Loro Piana polo shirt costs $800, yet wealthy clients buy them by the dozen because the quality justifies the investment through years of perfect wear. If you're captivated by these masters of understated luxury and want to discover more brands that define silent elegance, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss our exclusive content. Brunello Cucinelli has built a billion-dollar empire on the radical idea that luxury should be humanistic, beautiful, and completely devoid of ostentation. Founded in 1978 in the medieval village of Solomeo, Italy, Cucinelli transformed a dying town into a thriving center of artisanal excellence. His philosophy combines exceptional cashmere craftsmanship with ethical production, paying workers above market wages and investing heavily in their communities. This approach resonates powerfully with modern wealthy consumers who want luxury aligned with values. Cucinelli's designs epitomize quiet sophistication: neutral color palettes dominated by beige, gray, navy, and white, classic silhouettes that remain elegant for decades, and construction quality that improves with wear. A Brunello Cucinelli suit costs between $5,000 and $8,000, justified by handwork that requires multiple fittings and adjustments. The brand's stores feel more like elegant living rooms than retail spaces, with salespeople who function as wardrobe consultants rather than commission-driven sellers. This elevated retail experience reinforces the philosophy that luxury should be personal, refined, and never rushed. The Row, created by Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen in 2006, proves that silent elegance can emerge from unexpected sources. The twins leveraged their childhood fame to build something entirely different: a fashion house dedicated to perfection in cut, fabric, and construction, with absolutely zero branding. Their debut product, a perfect white t-shirt priced at $280, seemed absurd until customers felt the Egyptian cotton and experienced the impeccable fit. The Row has since expanded into complete collections where a leather handbag costs $15,000 yet carries no logo whatsoever. What distinguishes the Ro is obsessive attention to detail that borders on fanatical. They source fabrics from the same Italian and French mills that supply Hermes and Chanel, often commissioning exclusive materials unavailable to other designers. A single coat might require 6 months of development, with countless samples and adjustments before production begins. This perfectionism creates garments that feel extraordinary to wear. The weight, the drape, the way seams lie flat. Everything announces quality to the wearer even if invisible to observers. The brand now generates estimated revenues exceeding $200 million annually, proving that modern consumers will pay extraordinary prices for genuine excellence without logos. Valextra represents Italian leather craftsmanship at its absolute pinnacle, operating since 1937 with techniques that have barely changed across generations. Based in Milan, they produce leather goods that exemplify minimalist sophistication, clean lines, invisible stitching, and hardware so perfectly engineered it will function flawlessly for decades. Their signature technique involves edge painting leather multiple times and hand polishing until it gleams like lacquer, a process requiring such skill that only senior artisans are trusted with the work. A Valextra tote bag costs between $3,000 and $6,000, expensive even by luxury standards. Yet the waiting list extends months because wealthy clients understand the value proposition. These bags improve dramatically with age, the leather developing rich patina while maintaining structural integrity. Valextra offers lifetime repair services, essentially guaranteeing that a bag purchased today can be passed to grandchildren. This commitment to longevity directly opposes fast fashion's disposability, appealing to consumers who view luxury purchases as investments rather than impulses. Zegna has spent over a century mastering the art of men's suiting, controlling every aspect of production from raw fiber to finished garment. Founded in 1910 in the Italian Alps, the family business operates its own wool mills, dyeing facilities, and finishing workshops. This vertical integration allows quality control impossible for brands that outsource production. Zegna fabrics are widely considered the finest in the world, used not only for their own collections but sold to competing luxury houses who recognize their superiority. What makes Zegna exemplify silent elegance is their focus on subtle perfection rather than fashion-forward design. Their suits follow classic proportions that remain elegant regardless of trends, in colors like navy, charcoal, and subtle pinstripes that never go out of style. A Zegna suit costs between $3,000 and $7,000, but the fabric quality and construction ensure it will look impeccable for a decade of regular wear. The brand's clients include business leaders and heads of state who need clothing that commands respect without drawing attention, the ultimate test of silent elegance. Hermes represents perhaps the most famous example of luxury that needs no introduction, yet their approach to silent elegance deserves deeper examination. Founded in 1837 as a harness maker for French nobility, Hermes built its reputation on uncompromising craftsmanship long before logo culture existed. Today, their philosophy remains remarkably consistent. Every leather bag is made by a single artisan from start to finish, requiring between 18 and 25 hours of hand stitching and assembly. This means Hermes physically cannot increase production beyond certain limits, creating genuine rather than artificial scarcity. The iconic Birkin and Kelly bags, costing between $10,000 and $300,000 depending on materials, carry only subtle logo stamping invisible unless you know where to look. Their value comes from construction quality that ensures they will outlast their owners, leather selection that represents the top 1% of available hides, and waiting lists that can extend years. Hermes exemplifies silent elegance because ownership signals insider knowledge. You cannot simply buy these bags on demand. You must develop relationships with sales associates, demonstrate brand loyalty, and wait patiently, all barriers that money alone cannot overcome. Kiton represents Italian tailoring's ultimate expression, making suits and sportswear that cost more than most people's cars yet carry minimal branding. Founded in 1968 in Naples, Kiton maintains workshops where master tailors spend decades perfecting their craft. A single Kiton suit requires approximately 25 hours of handwork, with over 7,000 stitches creating seams that flex naturally with body movement. The fabrics they use come from exclusive mills, often incorporating superfine wools graded above 180, meaning the fibers are extremely fine and incredibly soft. Kiton suits cost between $8,000 and $15,000, pricing that seems outrageous until you understand the craftsmanship involved. The shoulder construction alone takes hours, creating the natural slope that allows jackets to move with the wearer rather than constraining movement. Buttonholes are hand-sewn with silk thread, requiring such skill that only senior artisans perform the work. The result is suiting that fits like a second skin while improving dramatically as it conforms to the owner's body over years of wear. Kiton clients include discerning, wealthy individuals who understand that the best suit is one you never think about because it performs perfectly in every situation. These 7 brands share fundamental characteristics that define silent elegance in modern luxury. First, they prioritize vertical integration, controlling production from raw materials through finished products to ensure consistent quality. Second, they maintain artisanal production methods even as technology advances, recognizing that certain excellence requires human skill and patience. Third, they embrace timeless design over trendy fashion, creating pieces that remain relevant for decades rather than seasons. The philosophy underlying these brands also shares common ground. They reject the premise that luxury requires constant novelty and instead embrace refinement of existing excellence. They understand that genuine scarcity based on production limitations is more valuable than artificial scarcity created through marketing. They recognize that their target customers are educated, confident individuals who need no external validation through logos or obvious branding. The business models these brands employ prove that silent elegance is not only aesthetically superior, but also commercially brilliant. By focusing on ultra-high quality products sold at premium prices to discerning customers, they achieve profit margins that fast fashion companies can only dream of achieving. Their customers exhibit extraordinary loyalty, returning season after season because quality at this level creates genuine satisfaction that trendy items never provide. The lifetime value of a single customer can easily exceed $100,000, justifying the personalized service and attention these brands provide. The future of luxury increasingly belongs to brands that perfect silent elegance, as younger, wealthy consumers reject the logo-driven consumption of previous generations. These 7 houses demonstrate that excellence speaks for itself, that true luxury requires no announcement, and that the most sophisticated status symbol is having no need for status symbols at all. Understanding these brands and their philosophies provides insight into how the truly wealthy think about consumption, quality, and the objects they surround themselves with daily. They remind us that in a world of noise and ostentation, the loudest statement luxury can make is a whisper of perfection that only the educated can hear.